Croeso and welcome. I'm Shadow Lumox and I'm back here on Wreckfest to do another edition of the Shadow Lumox Daily Challenges challenge. As we can see, the new weekly attack for this week, or the new weekly challenge for this week, is something I've already done before. I'll make sure that the end card screen is showing a link to the correct video, but I've done plenty of these demolition derby type challenges as part of the weekly challenge, and there's going to be one here, so the tactics basically the same. So as I go through that, as I go through my daily challenges challenge, I will explain how we do them, and the rules are fairly simple. I give myself one chance to do each of these daily challenges, and whatever results I get is what I keep. I'm aiming obviously to get 4 golds, but we'll see what happens. Anything can and often does happen in these challenges. So here's hoping I can get a clean run and get myself through without much trouble. Although for the purpose of content, that won't be too good. What you're all here to see is probably things going wrong and to see if I can cope with it. So the first challenge is going to be a race on the Motor City circuit. Let's put that back to manual, keep everything else as it is, never really change anything there. So let's go in. So the start here is going to be interesting. I always like to stay to the right and try then cut across. Want to avoid that piece of concrete there that I just flipped the AI off. And now I'm through. Hopefully I can just start building up places. Nice and easy. Brake hard here. AI likes to ram into the back of you if you over brake. It's always a bit safer to over brake and then plan for the AI contact to get you through the corner. Now it seems I don't have such a huge speed advantage. Ooh, I braked way too late there. It's usually at the 100-meter board that you're aiming for. Got focused too much on the cars around me. Seems I don't have such a huge speed advantage over the AI in this car. I've got to use my winning skills, it seems, which is going to be a recipe for potential disaster. And there's the AI send themselves into the barrier there. Got the AI at the outside, carry the speed. It's a drag race now to the final corner. And yeah. I don't want to go because first is gone. So I'm braking away too early. It's giving the AI a chance to catch up with me. One more lap to do this, but I'm in the trophy positions. There we go. The AI would get that wrong. That was nice though. So we've got one left. Should be able to get them in this sequence of corners. Don't forget to brake. So a bit too early there. Too much contact with the wall. That's better. Send it. Get at the inside here. Use the AI as my brake. Look at the AI avoided the contact. Very clever. But there should be enough for me. Hopefully, as long as I get this last corner right. I'm going to take the inside line here. Oh. I'm beaten. No. I just broke too much for that last corner. Gave the AI a chance to cut underneath. And, well, third it is, it classes, but that's second really, but one down. Silver to start with. Let's move on then to challenge number 2. Another race, but this time we're in the sofa cars on the Bone Breaker Valley. This could be, well, this is up in the air, shall we say. Oh, and look at the vehicles we're racing against. So, yeah, this is all going to be a bit of luck. Still going to keep it in manual though. Let's go. So when I'm using any of these sort of cars, I'll get myself up, change myself up to about third or fourth as quickly as I can. Send that poor soul flying. I really change out of third or fourth as well. It helps with traction when you're accelerating. These cars have a lot of power. But we'll just deal with them. As you can see, I never drop down to second or first. When you're just accelerating out those tight corners, it can be an absolute mess. Constantly spinning out. Get them out the way. Come on. There you go. I think that's the best way to deal with the AI in this at the moment. Whoa. Someone goes flying across. Whoa. See. There we go. Catch that slide. Here comes the danger bit. Through the middle. Nice. So I'm going to have to ride a bit of luck here. Here we go. That's nice. There's a lot of potential here for things to go horribly wrong. Gotta be careful when I catch and there we go. And so it begins. Get myself turned. Still in first. So that's a good sign. Nope. Down to second. Down to third. Fourth. Get that poor fool as they come back onto the track. So now I've got a bit of work, some catching up to do. Hopefully though, the AI could fall afoul as I did. But then, if that keeps happening, I'm not going to get back to first. And it's difficult to tell who you're overtaking because the field spread now is so... Look at it all. There's no way I can tell who's actually in first or anything. Oh, there you go. I managed to get myself back to first just by avoiding the trouble. So now we got just this 2 laps to go. See if I can keep first this time. That's not the way to keep first. So back down to fourth again. Nice little bit of cutting, corner cutting there. Only one of this gaggle of cars in front of me is actually really in front of me. Are you first, Val Coyote? Look at all this death. So brake a little bit more, get a tighter line, cut the corner. One more straight to survive. Oh, nope, I'm not going to do that. And it fall foul at the end for another silver trophy. So we'll go on to challenge number 3. I'm going to go down to this one here. Score as many points as you can in probably a demolition attack on the Wrecknado. So I won't be doing the full circuit, it's just going to be the bit in the middle. If this is what I think it is, which it is, demolition derby type event. So we're going to slap this back onto automatic, because automatic's so much easier to do wrecking challenges with. And as I said, this will give you some idea of what to do during the challenge we've currently got, the weekly challenge. As you can see, what I like to do is just build my multiplier by constantly restarting. It becomes so easy on this sort of small map. What you don't want to do, you don't want to lose your multiplier. You want to keep building it up with little bits of contact, so that when you do start getting the racks, you've got a high enough multiplier that the score just really starts building up quite nicely. So we're starting to get racks now, so let's start aiming for a few people. Ooh, nope, that was a mistake. Should have just reset. And this is where the real skill of the destruction events come in. It's not about any real skill when it comes to driving into other people. Anyone who's played racing games online knows that driving into others doesn't really take much skill. Skill is in maintaining this multiplier and building your score, knowing when to reset, when to chase. There we go, so I'm wrecked here, but that's okay. Do a respawn. The only thing with getting wrecked is that you do lose your multiplier, but I'd already got a big enough score for gold by then. So as I said, this tactic will move across to the weekly challenge. It's what I use for all the demolition type events, and apart from the Eagles Peak Motor Park Destruction Derby course, this tactic works just fine. Drive into contact, let yourself slow down, reset, go again. You'll always reset in the same place, so it's a good idea to have an idea of where that is, and always have an idea of where that is, and then keep an eye on where the traffic is building, and you'll know when to reset and when to send yourself flying in again. So you can chase people around like I'm doing here, but it's not as efficient, and the only reason I'm doing it now is because I've already got gold and nothing much will come of this. I'm going to just mute myself now while I have a nice COVID cough. And I'm back for my first gold of these challenges. So 2 silver and a gold. And now we move on to the final challenge of this week, of this week's 4. We've had 2 silvers, unlucky silvers, lost it pretty much right at the end. A destruction derby gold, and now this final challenge in the Bugzilla. Depending on what sort of cars I'm up against will depend on how easy this challenge potentially is. If I'm in very similar cars, there's a chance this can go wrong. Sometimes though, when you get the Bugzilla, they like to give you the toy cars, put the AIs into them, and it really just makes this more of a matter of a survival rather than a race for first. Let's put the gears back onto manual, something I only really use for the Destruction Derby events. Normal cars. So 3 laps here, and while the Bugzilla is, as you can see, is definitely faster. having full-size cars around can just begging for things to go wrong. But if I get myself through here, that was a nice, clean start. Whoop, turn. There we go. Really just want to dab the throttle with this thing when you're going around the corners. It's got so much speed, so much grip. You really don't need to push yourself too hard when you're driving this. More important just to get yourself pointed straight and let the power of this vehicle do the rest for you. And now I'm out in first. As long as I don't make any huge errors, that is exactly where I'm going to stay. The AI won't be able to catch up, even though they're probably driving this car faster than I am, or driving the course better than I am, and being very cautious. Not braking too hard going into the corners, but I'm still braking going into every corner, taking it easy, knowing that I've got the car advantage and that bringing it home for another gold is what's important here. So we just come over this little crest, just pedal the throttle, full throttle down here. As you can see from the mini map in the bottom left, I'm pulling away from second, but second is still hanging around. So any huge mistake on my part will result in me losing this first place and losing this final gold trophy, which I kind of want. I was going into this being all cocky and clever, thinking there's going to be 4 easy gold trophies. I'm going to be sitting there at the end of the video saying, oh, how great Shadow Lumox is. Aren't you all so honoured to be watching this content? And I've made a complete mess of it. So we're going to finish this off on a strong note. Come on the final corner here. And there we go. Another gold to finish off the Shadow Lumox Daily Challenges challenge. So there we have it. Another Shadow Lumox Daily Challenges challenge done. This time it's 2 silver and 2 gold. So I'm gonna take that, obviously, 1 run, and I take whatever result I get. And if any of you are interested in taking up this challenge, please let me know in the comments what trophies you managed to get. You might not necessarily be doing the same challenges. As you can see, these two are changing in 12 hours, but these are here for another day and a half. So these challenges are always changing day to day, as they're called daily challenges. Quite obvious, don't you say? And yeah, so good luck, and I hope you enjoy this type of content. And I just want to say diolch and thank you for watching.